We traveled all the way from the outreaches of the Andromeda galaxy. Do you have any clue of how far that is? No, you don't. Let's get this clear from the start. The closest star to this planet, or should I say speck of dust, is only 4.5 light years from here. And may I say that Alpha Centauri is a couple of million degrees hot, which, I don't want to exaggerate, could be unpleasant. Now, how fast is the speed of light? Using conventional fuel, and I mean rocket fuel, to accelerate to 30% of the speed of light wouldn't take all the fuel tanks on planet Earth, or the equivalent to, say, the Rocky Mountains. It would take all the mass in the universe visible to the naked eye. That's the Earth, the Sun, the solar system, the Milky Way, all the stars in your galaxy, all the stars in the surrounding galaxies. Now, how fast have you gone so far? Well, the fastest speed achieved to date was by your Voyager space probe, which accelerated to about 55,000 miles per hour and is currently heading out of your solar system into deep space. Now, let's suppose that that is a spaceship. You are an astronaut on that ship, and you are headed toward Alpha Centauri, which I will mind you is 4.5 light years from here. Now, let's assume that you started your voyage 20,000 years ago. This is the time of Cro-Magnon man, Paleolithicum cave paintings in the south of France. You're hunting bison, rhino, woolly mammoths. And you're speeding along at 55,000 miles per hour for another 10,000 years. Now you're at Neolithicum. Mankind begins agriculture, domesticating animals, sheep, goats, horses, pigs. And when I say pigs, I mean breeding domesticated pigs. This was mankind's first arch sin. Why? Because in order to breed animals, you have to become sedentary. This begat settlements, which begat towns, which begat cities, which begat all the problems that will be mankind's destruction. Breeding dogs is not a sin because they'll go with you on your nomadic hunts. But pigs, that was the sin. I have diverted. The ship continues on its way for another 6,000 years. Ancient Egypt, pharaohs, pyramids, a few thousand years more, past ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and into the Middle Ages, and more arch sin. An Italian poet decides it would be a good idea to climb a mountain just for the fun of it. The Swiss didn't do it. The Sherpas didn't do it until bored 19th century English men paid them. And then they robbed the mountains of their dignity. That was a sin. The ship moves on. Declaration of Independence, World War I, Communism, World War II, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley to the present day. Now, how far have you gone? You have accomplished just 15% of your journey to Alpha Centauri. You have, in procreating, gone through 500 generations. How could you have avoided inbreeding, rebellions, murders? Would you not just become grotesquely maldeformed freaks with no idea of where you came from or why you began the journey to begin with? And might I add that the closest star, which might be considered non-lethal, is not 4.5 light years from here. It's more like 200,000.